Hello, in this video we'll be covering the process on how to print in our printers from Visual Basic 6. We'll be assuming that you already have your login account at the Factory HKA. In case you don't have an account, go ahead and fill out our registration form in our site at www.thefactoryhka.com. So now that you have your account, first you proceed to download the SDK for Visual Basic 6. To do this, simply go to our website at www.thefactoryhka.com/ve. Next, click on our Utilities section. After that, proceed to log in with your username and password. Don't forget to also introduce the verification code. After you've successfully logged in, proceed to enter our Developer section. Once you're here, proceed to filter the SDK you're looking for. In this case, we'll select SDK as the type of file and Win32 as the type of technology. Once you apply this filter, you'll see that the Visual Basic 6 SDK package is ready for download. Once downloaded, you're ready to begin configuring the application to be able to print in our physical printers. After you've downloaded and decompressed your Visual Basic 6 SDK, you should see something like this. As you can see, in here you can find the application demo and the communication library with its respective manual. For Visual Basic 6, we'll be working with the TF-HKAIF library. For this example, we'll be creating our demo from the scratch. The first thing that you're going to be doing is opening your Microsoft Visual Basic IDE. Select Standard XC as your developing environment. In this example, we'll be adding the minimum functions needed to be able to send a command to the printer. These functions would be the Open FPCTRL for opening the communication port, the Close FPCTRL for closing the communication port, and finally the SendCMD function to send the command. To prepare the port management interface, we're going to add a combo box for the port selection, a button for opening the port, and a button for closing the port. Add the COM ports list until COM4 in the combo box. Also, change the caption of Command 1 and Command 2 to open and close respectively. Now, let's prepare our command interface. Add a text box which will be used to write the command we wish to send to the printer, and then add a button which we'll use to finally send the command. Take away the text from text 1 and change the caption of Command 3 to send. Our interface is now ready to be coded. But before going to the code, first we must import the library's function that we'll be using. To do this, create a module in your project where we're going to be entering the function's declarations. At this point, we should save our project in a new folder in our desktop. After that, copy-paste the library to the folder we just created. Then, open your library manual and go to the Function Declaration section. Once here, copy-paste the function declaration statements that you wish to use. In this case, we'll import Open FPCTRL, Close FPCTRL, SendCMD, and our control variables. Once the importation is done, we're finally ready to start coding our demo. Double-click the Open button to enter its coding section. In here, we'll add the line of code necessary to read the combo box's selected port and open it. Now, go back to your design view and enter the Close button's coding section. Now let's code the send button. Notice that for this line of code, we have the sendCMV's return value in one of our control variables. The majority of the functions are type of Boolean and always return a true or false, indicating if the function was executed properly or not. It's important that we always save this value on a variable to have better control in our system. To finish, run your demo. Before selecting which port to open, make sure your printer is connected to the PC and turned on. To check what port the printer is communicating through, simply open your device manager and check in the port section. Select from the combo box the port where you have your printer connected. Then click the Open button. At this point, you have opened the communication port. In this example, we'll be sending the command D to our printer. This will print out the printer's programming ticket. As you can see, after sending this command, the printer prints out the programming ticket. Feel free to test all of the other functions and commands available to adapt the application to your needs.